Hey guys, and welcome to my pre-release analysis for MODERNIA. This video is a little bit more late than usual because a lot of things happened, particularly when it comes to them cracking down on leaks and all that fun stuff. But now that we only have a little over a week left on the current banners, I figured that this would be a good time to make this analysis. With that said, this will also be a good time to mention today's video sponsor, LOOTCAKES. If you're not familiar with what LOOTCAKES is a website and Google Play app that helps you get more virtual goods in your favorite games. And how, you may ask? That's by sharing receipt emails you get from Google Play, Apple, and Steam from your purchases in free-to-play games, and by discovering and playing new games that LOOTCAKES recommends to you based on your gaming preferences. By playing and spending in games, you earn and win LOOTCAKES, their virtual currency, which is redeemable for gift cards to major gaming platforms, which means you can get different gift cards of your choice just by making purchases in the games you play, like the main game I cover in this channel, which is God is the Victory, NIKKE. Even if you're not a big spender, you can win up to $100 in gift cards every week just by watching game trailers, installing new games, and completing achievements in those games. So let's say you want to get the new mission pass in God is the Victory, NIKKE. All you have to do is to simply watch the game trailers and play the new games that LOOTCAKES recommends to you. And then you can turn in the points that you have earned for a gift card that you can then use for making purchases in the game. To be eligible for the $25 gift card giveaway, before January 1, you must have created a LOOTCAKES account with my invite link, and either activate max rewards, which means linking email receipts for a game platform, or activate a special offer, which means installing a sponsored game you've never played before, and just playing for a little bit and doing some of their achievements. I'm a big fan of LOOTCAKES because it gives free-to-play players an option to earn gift cards that they can then use in their favorite games just by trying out different games that LOOTCAKES has to offer. For those who already have tried LOOTCAKES, the service has been completely redesigned with a new look and feel and new features. So if you haven't logged in recently, it's definitely a good time to take another look. LOOTCAKES is currently only for the US, but they do have plans to add more stuff later. But for now, the gift card giveaway is only available for the US. Definitely check out LOOTCAKES using my link in the description below, and a big thank you to LOOTCAKES for sponsoring today's video. As per usual, things are still subject to change, especially when it comes to the damage values. But if there's anything we've learned from the previous characters, is that if there are any changes made, it will most likely not be too drastic, and the character will essentially still work the same way on release. So consider this video to be more like a preparation of what you're getting into if you ever decide to pull for MODERNIA. So first up, MODERNIA is going to be our very first Pilgrim rate-up character, and in my opinion, that in itself makes her a must-have just because of how hard it is to get Pilgrim characters, and the fact that you can guarantee yourself a Pilgrim unit using 200 golden tickets means that you will have one less Pilgrim unit to worry about for your Pilgrim tower. MODERNIA is also going to be an attacker with a burst type 3, she will be a machine gun user, and as of now, I'm still not sure what her element is exactly, because there are sources that say she will be a flame unit, others say that she will be an energy type, but that doesn't really matter for the most part. Now let's move on to her skills. Keep in mind that the values we will go over are for the level 10 skills, so adjust your expectations accordingly because you will most likely have her skills at level 4, not unless you decide to pre-farm for her materials. Her skill 1, High Speed Evolution, activates when a normal attack hit and deals a small % of attack as additional damage. The second part of the skill activates when the normal attack hits 200 times, increases critical damage by 14.25%, stacks up to 5 times, and lasts for 10 seconds. Her maximum ammo capacity is also decreased by a small %, and this also stacks up to 5 times with a 10-second duration. Looking at this ability, the additional damage is nice, but it's not that good in the grand scheme of things. Let's say that you have 15,000 attack, which is roughly around what you will have at level 140. You only get 114 additional damage per hit, which is not that significant. But if this effect happens to be a separate instance of damage that can crit, this will be a much better skill effect. The critical damage increase from this ability is great, especially since it can stack up to 5 times. So at level 10, this will give you 71.25% additional critical damage. Crit damage doesn't scale as well as attack increase, but I think that the critical damage is actually quite high, so it won't really matter as much. The last part of her skill reduces MODERNIA's ammo capacity by 5.06%, and this stacks up to 5 times. This basically reduces her ammo by 15 per stack, which comes down to 75 at maximum stacks. This got me thinking because I couldn't really think of a scenario where you would want less ammo for a DPS. It would make sense if she had a passive that activates when she fires her last bullet, but she doesn't have a skill like that. The most likely reason I can think of is by having less ammo, it would help her get the stacks from her skills more efficiently. A lot of effects from her kit are triggered after hitting 200 normal attacks, and it takes roughly around 8 seconds to empty a 300 ammo capacity machine gun. So maybe she will have an easier time keeping the passive effect if she can reload earlier because she has 75 less bullets to fire. We'll have to see how this actually affects Modernia's kit when she is released, because that's the only reason I could come up with. Moving on to her second skill, Giant Leap. This ability affects all allies, and this activates when entering full burst mode. Increases hit rate by 8.56% for 15 seconds, and the second part of this ability activates after hitting 200 times during her increased hit rate status. Modernia's attack also increases by 29.38% for 10 seconds. This is actually a really good skill. The additional hit rate is very useful, and the fact that it also applies to your whole team makes it even better. And of course, the attack increase is also really good. If the value stays the same on her release, this will actually be a better attack increase compared to N102's burst skill. This only applies to Modernia, but it's still very good regardless. And finally, we have her burst. The first part of this ability applies to all of your allies, increasing the full burst time by 5 seconds. In my opinion, this will actually be one of the best skills we have in the game. The additional full burst time will be very strong not just for Modernia herself, but also for a lot of the other characters in the game, and this will definitely increase your team's DPS as a whole. Some people might think that the additional 5 seconds will slow down your rotations, but I think that it wouldn't matter as much because you will be doing so much damage during the additional 5 seconds anyways. The second part of the skill only affects Modernia. It gives her unlimited ammo for 15 seconds, and it extends the line of sight and auto-aim at all enemies within firing range. Deals 1.22% of attack as damage for 15 seconds. This is basically Soldier 76 ultimate from Overwatch, but you are hitting all the enemies caught in your line of sight. This will be very useful in stages where there are a lot of enemies, but my only concern is that the scaling is pretty low, so you would only get a lot of value out of this if you use it when there are a lot of enemies clumped up in the field. Modernia is looking to be a very promising DPS character. She has a lot of skills that increase her personal damage, but she also has a few skills that increases her team's damage output as a whole. As a DPS character, you can basically put her in any team composition. She doesn't have any gimmicky skill conditions that limit how you build your team, so you are pretty much open to whichever team comp you think is best for your situation. This video might be running a bit long, so I will be covering her potential best teams and best character synergies in the next video, along with some additional things that were not brought up in this video. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any of that. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.